Hello, Nate, dear.
You ought to get up and come and join us now.
Right up your nose.
Come and join us. Leave the brakes off.
I see, I thought the show was live. He's dead. Hello, Ned. Hello, Ned. Oh, Terry, Wogan, what have they done to you? He's had the operation. Go on, show us. Was it painful? Oh, have you got the bits left? How's the wife taking it, Terry? Oh, he'd do anything for publicity, this man.
Spike, you know this man.
What?
I've known him for years.
He's frightened of heights.
Where did you meet?
Right?
I met him in North Africa.
In the middle, we met in the middle.
Middle of a battle.
Yes.
Remember that he was a 7.2 gun howitzer man, weren't you?
That's right.
And we'd done gun pits.
Bang! But much louder. Bang.
Wait, how can you talk with him about? We had some gun pits dug for his lot.
Yes. How's the wife taking this, though, Terry? Is it separate beds now?
This is the gun store.
Who gets the underpants? Who gets the jockey pants?
You tell the gun story then. You're taller than I
gun
am.
story.
I've just had a few drinks, that's all.
Oh, well done.
I have been well done in my time.
Anyways, these guns, I'll finish it if it kills me, I'll tell you. These guns were on top of a plateau. We hadn't built the gun pit big enough for it, and they find this guy on a lanyard at night on a bit of rope. And I was in a truck at the bottom of a cliff.
Near Tukaba, good heavens.
And this thing came over the cliff and missed us by a few feet. The gun itself. And I thought, if they're firing guns at it, it's time we packed it in.
It's a huge gun. It's a massive gun. Huge.
And we didn't know what had happened, you see. All we knew this terrible clatter outside. And there was not a kerfuffle. And then suddenly the flap of the truck opened. And this face appeared and he said, anybody seen a gun? And we said, what colour?
Yes. That's why I was amazed you didn't get killed, Harry, you know what I mean?
He was near.
He was very near, yes, we tried, yes.
He felt the draft.
Were you happy as soldiers? Were you a happy soldier, Spike?
I was divinely happy as soldier.
He was a good soldier.
Was he a good soldier?
Yes, I was good. I was a very good soldier, yes.
What makes a good soldier?
Fear.
No, he was a very smart sergeant. I was a very scruffy lance bombardier.
Yes.
And we finished up in a concert party in Italy, didn't we?
That's
now,
right.
what was that? That was the Combined Services Entertainment
That's right,
Unit.
yes.
That's right, and we were it. He was the combined bit and I was the service.
How did you entertain the troops? What did you do?
Well, I should drop my trousers and whistle Ave Maria.
You couldn't whistle very well.
I don't think I'm going down very well here tonight. I should have stayed home and bottled gooseberries.
But we were eventually finished up in CSE, after having done regimental concert parties and things. And this was a programme called Over the Page, wasn't it? A big show called Over the Page.
That's right, yes.
And we played all the big theatres around Italy. And he was in an act then called the Bill Hall Trio, with a fellow called Bill Hall who played the violin very well. Spike.
What were you playing, Spike?
Guitar.
I played the guitar.
Guitar, not trumpet.
Not trumpet.
When did trumpet
I played
come?
the not trumpet. I played the not trumpet and I played the guitar.
And a fellow called Johnny Mulder. I'll be the voice of sanity. Johnny Mulder.
That's news to me, brother.
Johnny Mulder played the bass.
I'm doing this for children in need. Don't worry, I'm not one of these people going to cause a bit of
You really
trouble.
shouldn't be here.
I'm from children, doing it for children in need. I've been sponsored by my friends.
I don't want to catch it.
It's all right, I've been sponsored by my friends. They said if I come on the show, they'll give a huge amount of money for children in need.
bless you.
And
Been
I've
on
got
the
to
show,
stay
and
on
that's
here
wonderful.
till the end of the show.
No, you mustn't do that.
Oh,
Off you
okay,
go.
thank you very much.
Thanks so much. And thanks for your kind donation.
Oh, wait a minute. I should let him stay on, shouldn't I? Yeah. It's the dreadful machine.
No.
It's not the machine, it's a television.
He's here. He's going to stay.
Yeah,
He's
he'll
going
be
to stay
there.
with us.
Yeah.
And they're going to give their money.
Yeah.
See me after the show.
Serious.
and I'll beat the shit out of you. Only joking, only joking. Only joking. At last,
To try.
unleaded water.
And
Sure.
yes, I just wanted to find out, Spike, I want to talk about trumpets. Listen, loves and hates in music. music. I want to talk about music for a bit. I'm married to a musician and music's important to me. Is it important to you?
Yes, I'm a musician and also a composer. Believe it or not, last month, my mother lives in Australia, in Woy Woy, and for the 200th centenary of Australia, I wrote a piece for Grand Waltz of Brisbane Waters, which was performed by the Gosford Symphony Orchestra at Sydney Opera House last month. How about that? It's very strange to see Beethoven, Haydn, Spike Milligan, Chopin. Yes, that's that bit over.
But what's your hates? You've got hates. I know what you hate. I'm going to say it. Muzak.
Oh, of course, it's not music. That's a perversion, isn't it? You know?
Well, what is it? It's on everywhere. If you listen, if you're made to hold on a telephone,
yes.
you get music.
They're taking our photograph over there.
But I remember you taking the music thing off the wall once.
I pull it off the wall in lifts, you know. Well, you get into a lift, and they start a piece of music, and by the time you're at the fourth floor, it hasn't finished. So I just pulled it off the wall, just like this. So.
When you left the army, and you really were the one who introduced everybody to each other of the goons.
Well, I met Spike, as I
He
say.
he introduced me to each other.
Yes, and each other to you. And you brought Mike Benteen and Peter Sellers together.
That's right. We used to meet at the Jimmy Grafton's pub. I met Mike Benteen at the Windmill after when he played there.
Yes, they were making flour and bread.
Windmill Theatre.
At the Windmill Theatre, making flour and bread. OK, have it your own way. Thank you.
Spike, when the goons...
Thank you for that desperate clapping.
Give the lady a chance.
When the goons,
Okay.
when the goons
What time?
started,
Yes?
who invented the idea? How did they arise? And didn't you write the scripts?
Yes, he
please,
did.
one part of
Yeah.
It started off with... we used to meet at Jimmy Grafton's pub down in Westminster and make up things between us. There were four of us, you know, just mucking around. And then the idea came that we should present it as a show. And the idea was taken up by the BBC. We had a pilot show, right?
Yes, I was a pilot in the RF, and then you were the rear gunner, and this language is so fraught.
We had a pilot show. And,
It's a pilot everywhere, didn't we?
Pat Dixon, that's right, we did.
Pilot over here.
Did you rehearse, Spike? Did you rehearse the shows?
Did you rehearse anything?
Well, we used to. Well, there was a lot of ad-libbing, and the BBC used to cut everything out that was ad-libbed, and they just left what was in the essence. But there's some very, very funny ad-libbing, you know.
Who invented the characters? Did you invent the characters, or did you they emerge with their voices too?
They happened like childbirth. You never know what was coming next, you know. And we just occurred. I think I saw Harry as the little man of England. You know, I'm on the way. I can fight for England and fight for the Union Jacks and all that. And he's still a bit like that. And then Harry Sellers was very good at well, it just happened. It just happened.
The thing was
God, this is boring. God, this is boring.
Oh, I'm so sorry. God, I'm so sorry.
No, Mike Benteen and Spike had similar ideas together. Because
Like suicide.
Mike used to throw ideas like sparks on a Catherine wheel. And Peter had all the voices. And it was a great combination, really. It just happened that way.
I know it's boring, actually, talking about things that's always happened. And
Oh, yes,
it
it
becomes
is.
Stamped.
It's very
It becomes
boring.
stamped is the thing. You have to keep on saying it again and again, don't you?
I'd like to talk about Hitler's secret laundry list, if you must know. That's what they're talking about, yes.
What would you like to talk about?
About another minute, I think.
Have you been writing letters today, Spike?
Yes, I do write letters, yes.
I've heard that you write a lot of letters. I was told you write masses of letters.
Not really, I sometimes write. It's the last sort of repository of democracy is to write to a newspaper.
You wrote to Private Eye and put in an advertisement for a rich widow.
Yes, but wanted to meet rich, well-insured widow, intention, murder. And I've had 48 replies.
I remember coming to a book launch of yours, which was at the Imperial War Museum, and that book had the most astonishing collection of things that you'd collected over the years, from when you were a soldier as well. You're a terrific collector of things, Spike. Do you hoard things? You'd collected all sorts of lists and tickets from Italy and...
Yes, I'm sort of natural archivist, as they say.
Do you label them when you get home, or do you remember them all? You
Oh,
found
yes,
things.
I must have files at home, yes.
You found a lovely grandfather's mirror. I read that in your book.
So amazing stuff. I did, yes, sir.
Dear Spike.
You get that? I found a grandfather's mirror. I'm sure you'd all like to make a note of that.
They won't have
go
to,
home
because
tonight.
it's all written down.
It's just written down. What is a grandfather's mirror?
It's a mirror of a grandfather.
Oh, ask a silly question.
Harry Spike. So,
You've got him on a good day.
I'm going to pursue my railway line to the end if it kills me.
Indeed, go on.
This man once said that Peter Sellers, I'm jumping back again to Peter,
Yeah.
who I didn't work with in a film, although it was billed Peter Sellers and other people
Yeah,
filmed.
yeah.
He died before I got there. This man said he was a genius and a freak.
He died before you got there, did he?
Yes, do you remember those
He didn't
extraordinary...
know. He should have hung on for another half hour, shouldn't he?
Do you remember those extraordinary films they made after he died, the Pink Panther
Yes, I
films,
remember.
where
They
they
took all
used
the
off
cut-
cuts, and I was in them, but Peter, of course, was...
No. Yeah.
But I remember, do you know how he proposed to Anne Howard's first? He said to her, I love you, will you be my first wife?
The thing about Peter was that he not only did the voices, but he became the characters. When he stood next to him with the microphone doing the Gold Show, he'd blow himself out for blood knock, and he'd cringed for Crumb, and be tiny for Blue Bottle. Absolutely incredible. Wasn't he?
How about this? At 3 o'clock one morning, when I was living at Shepherd's Hill, he lived in the flat opposite. 3 in the morning, there's a knock on my door. And I usually shout. I shout to the letterbox, there's a check in the post. All of it. I opened the door, and Peter Sellers was standing there naked, with socks and shoes, umbrella, and a Trilby hat. And he said to me, do you know a good tailor?
Spike Milligan, Harry Segan, thank you very much indeed. That's all. So what's left when you've done Wogan for 2 weeks? You leave the country, particularly after this show, which is what I shall do. Now, the boy is back on Monday with his special guest, Billy Joel. So join him at 7 o'clock. Thank you. And goodbye.